This is called a bubblegum fart drill. And so this could be like in the warm-up circuits I gave you. If you can't do the squatting bear or you can't do the turtles, this would be a great substitute for that. So you could plug that into that little warm-up circuit. And this is just a really good way to teach people about breathing and circumferential expansion, and I call the stack. So it's pretty simple. You just need a wall, okay? And I've got this stability ball behind my butt. I know it's kind of hard to see. I've got this stability ball behind my butt. And once again, you don't want to get easily rounded, and we don't want to be arched. So we're neutral. And I know my upper back's fairly thick, so we just want to make sure we're not rounding, but we're reaching through the floor. So that's collapsed. That's reaching. Now, all we're going to do here is we're just going to take a few breaths. And if you're really stiff like me, simply just breathing in through the nose and expanding the rib cage 360 all the way around my rib cage. I'm going to expand it. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose, nice and easy. My rib cage expands, front, back, side, and then exhale, and my rib cage contracts. So the rib cage opens and it closes. It opens and it closes. And as we get older, especially if you're a meathead like me, your rib cage gets really stiff and sticky. So this is a really good way to work on getting your rib cage to expand and contract. So from here, we can just take an easy breath into the nose, exhale, you push your butt in the ball, and you should feel your obliques kick on. It shouldn't be overly aggressive. And then from here, you're just going to take some breaths. Easy in, full exhale. And then we can progress to just lifting one hand barely off the ground. Take 2 breaths. This is a lot harder than it looks. And then the other hand. Okay. And the shifting back and forth is something that a lot of strength training programs really ignore, being able to change pressure from side to side. And then, of course, the next step from here is breath in, exhale, then raise the knees off the ground, breathe in, full exhale, easy breath in. And being able to breathe in these positions is ideally what you want when you're not trying to lift maximum weights, okay? It's a totally different story if you're trying to do really heavy deadlifts or really squats. The breathing kind of changes a little bit. But being able to breathe through all these different exercise variations is super important to convincing your brain that you're safe. So that's a bubblegum fart. I'll actually have people do that in between squats, deadlifts for their warm-up sets to help get that canister going so that they can keep their belly button and rib cage in line when they squat and when they deadlift.